First and foremost, I want to say, Kalalal, Yabashemi Oshai, double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Stone. Salutations to the brothers that we work in sincerity and in truth. See? And my brother Yahya, and my brother Yakaya, I'm going on some things that's happening in the current day right now, this is the second part of a series that I started known as modern day slavery. The first one is known as the chip. This one is going to be known as debt, modern day slavery debt. Because these are ways how the elites of the society are basically constricting the masses to be under bondage. You understand? First precept we're going to get is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8.
This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payment according to all of the iniquities of our fathers which departed from the Lord our power.
Exactly. Where thou hast scattered us, scattered the Israelites means to be subjected unto payment, because the kings of the society is the so-called white men. And who does the king, who pay tribute to the king? You see, him not take tribute of him own, because the rich and wealthy elites of the society, them well set them not really under much affliction as how the lower classes are made. Because them not subject them own under certain bondage and under certain hardship. So we are the ones who are under certain, the full force, the full-fledged oppression of this wicked elite. You see, and we are getting that into our article to further expound on how them do it. You understand? This is an article from Prison Planet. You can read the title of the article and just go in on it.
Alright, so the article is named How the Elite Dominate the World, Part 1, Debt as a Tool of Enslavement. Throughout human history, those in the ruling class have found various ways to force those under them to work for their economic benefit.
Operative word, force. You see, them have certain mechanisms where them use for basically force everyone who's of a less mental stability or less enlightenment to basically work for them. So when you think that you're out of slavery because you have certain privilege in this society, you're really under bondage because you are the one that's been the footwear for the so-called elites, man. Everything that you think you're doing, basically you're living a high life because you're making a certain percentage a pay per month. You feel as if you're not under bondage, you're under bondage. If you have to pay taxes, you're under bondage. You see, if you have to pay mortgage, car loan, student loan, all of these loans, you're under bondage, man, because you're forced to be paying those things, yo. The top notch of the society don't pay them shit, man. You see? Come on, bro.
But in our day and age, we are willingly enslaving ourselves. The borrower is the servant of the lender, and there has never been more debt in our world than there is right now.
Exactly, so this is an all-time high. This is an all-time high, and right there, so they put a precept. You see, they put the precept in Proverbs chapter 22, verse 7. I'm going to just get it. Come fast, I have
You just quoted, article just quoted.
Yeah, man. Proverbs 22:7 said, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender. So the rich, which is the wicked elites of the society, the top names them, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Deddies, the Bergs, the Oppenheimers, all of them people, man. You see it? The wicked elites of the servants of the world, man, they are the rich. And them scriptures say, oh, them rule over the poor. You see, we, which are the borrowers, are the servant to the lenders, you know. You see, because the poor of the society, them don't realize the more that them put themselves under bondage, as the article said, them willingly subject themselves to this because they have no way out. You see, them have a philosophy what them call, or a psychology what them call fire above and fire below. Them basically force you in a narrow path of statesmen, you see, to be subjected unto them, their will, whatever they want you to do, yo. You See, you know, the whole system is designed to make it seem as if there's no way out. That's why we come out here to show you the way out. Because the only way out of this system right now is through the scriptures, man. The enlightenment of the truth. The scripture said the truth shall set you free, yo. Bro?
According to the Institute of International Finance, global debt has hit the $217 trillion debt. $217 trillion mark.
217 trillion, and that's an approximation. You see, that's an approximation. Actually, in truth and in fact, the approximation is supposed to be more than that. You see, it's supposed to pass the $300 trillion mark, yo. You see, that's a majority of the world's debt. And who owns this debt, man? Who owns this debt? The wicked elites, man. The bankers.
And the majority of this debt also is in America. America has the highest external debt in the world. And behind it, there are countries, if I'm remembering correctly, it's the UK, Germany, and other Edomites, so-called white countries that have the highest amount of debt. External debt.
And the thing is, the amount of capital where the bank them have amount to 70-something trillion.
Right.
So it's barely a fraction of the total debt. So the bank them themselves came the bank them and the country themselves came pay off the debt them for the world debt, yo. So it's a debt that cannot be serviced.
Exactly. And if you realize, if you know anything about world economy, man, as we say, the elites, them basically this is a design, man. It's an engineering, it's an engineered structure, right? Infrastructure where them use, yo. It's a tool where them use to put people under bondage, yo. You understand? This is where people need to get through their mind. It's a fabrication where them orchestrate and plan. See, as the scripture tells in Micah chapter 2, if we can get that, bro. I think Micah 2 and Micah 2 verse 1. You can start at Micah 2 and 1.
Because brethren, you could have never seen. I have a 3 month off. I mean, 1% of the wickedness in the case right now. The more observant society is evil.
Alright, this is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Because it's an evilous act, yo. Because when them do is that them put debt on it and them use usury, which is against the laws of the scriptures. You see, usury is when you have to pay a percentage upon the amount where you receive. You see, them use usury to basically gain the wealth of the world. And them give this portion of money to a borrower when them know say them can't repay. That's what happened in the 2008 mortgage Chapman. You see, the housing bubble. You see, because when them shuffle a portion of debt to the masses that cannot repay them loans, yo. You see, and blow it up to a point where it reach debt ceiling and it does collapse, man. You see, they can look it up. 2000 years mortgage bubble, yo. The word mortgage, when you go into the word mortgage, it means a debt pledge. Understand? And these things play out in the scriptures, which we are getting after we finish this portion of the article. We have to finish that and then go back to the article.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Right? Because it's in an empowerment. See, them are the one who, as the scripture says, the world is given into the hand of the wicked. Where and who is it, yo? See, based on these acts where them are portrayed and are put into place the laws, the legislations, all of them things that them established upon the earth, them unrighteous decrees, they know who the wicked is, man. You see, and it's no other than the so-called white man. You see, him is the biggest contender overall. You understand? Him can't deny it, man. See, he might try to play it off like some other nation, but the only nation who basically watch up to all of the things that the scripture said. You see, about these days, the oppressor, man, it leads back to the so-called white man, yo.
Although other estimates will put this number far higher, of course, Everyone knows that our planet is drowning in debt, but most people never stop to consider who owns all of this debt.
Because the whole of them blind, them are like sheep led to the slaughter, man. Docile, no. See? Yeah?
Goyim.
Exactly, man. You see, yo? Them just dumb, man. Them don't really stop to consider. Them get them paycheck. First thing them do is to consider where them are going to buy, which party them are going to go. Shoes.
Clothes.
Dumb shit, man. Dumb shit. But that's what the scripture said. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, man. Right?
This unprecedented debt bubble represents that greatest transfer of wealth in human history.
Unprecedented. So what am I trying to do? Them put it at a world record level, man. Because of what? But them want is that them want it to scratch at the biggest level. So them can introduce the solution.
Their solution.
Their solution. You see? So what, bro? Them can introduce their solution, which is a part of the New World Order agenda, which is the microchip. You see?
The RFID microchip.
Exactly.
Huh.
As the scripture say they're wiser than Daniel. You see me? He want to set up himself as a god, yo. He want to set him less about the stars. That's a feel blood. No. This white man designed it to a level where if you don't have the spiritual eyes to see, yo, if the most sign open up your eyes and have a see. That's how deep this is.
We must be getting.
You see? You see me? That's how deep this is, man.
Well, the reason why they want to be like the Messiah is because, as it says in the book of Obadiah, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, to paraphrase.
Exactly, man.
Right.
The pride of your heart, yo.
Yes.
The pride of your heart deceiving, man, because you believe, say, yo, the scripture tell you in a joke, well, all basically, you feel as if you're going to triumph, but when you're about to full your belly, the most you cast it down, man. You see? So whichever case you want to put it, whichever route you want to take to establish yourself and bring in whatever legislation, anything you want to bring in, no matter how much debt you want to put the world under, man. You see? The so-called white man are going to go down, yo. But just put this information out to the masses to show you what's going on, man. To show you that everything right now that you believe is an illusion. The comfort that you're in right now is an illusion put forth by the so-called white man.
What do you mean Jesus love you here, young man? Here?
This unprecedented debt bubble represents that greatest transfer of wealth in human history, and those that are being enriched are the extremely wealthy elitists at the very, very top of the food chain.
Very, very top. You see? So them establish a pyramid scheme. You see me? It's like a pyramid scheme if you want to look on it from a subliminal level. Because people from the very, very top have managers and supervisors over the little sheep and shackle them underneath you. See me? So them have people, them have a couple jakes up there, they seem as if them have money, but at the end of the day, them have probably some of the same ones who have to take the microchip and subject themselves to the will of the men who are at the echelon of society, the very top.
Did you know that 8 men now have as much wealth as the poorest 3.6 billion people living on the planet combined? And it's actually more than that because they're richer than that, actually. Every year, the gap between the planet's ultra-wealthy and the poor just becomes greater and greater. This is something that I have written about frequently, and the financialization of the global economy is playing a major role in this trend. The entire global financial system is based on debt.
Entire global financial system. And we are going to get into some precepts after the brother finish a particular point and to show you that it was the same thing that our captives use to put our people under debt. See, because when you as a nation is being tributary to another nation, you're actually in enslavement to that nation. See? Just like how when we were in power, when towards Solomon time, when we were in power, the other nations they were paying tribute to us. See? So that our people could live comfortably.
And this debt-based system endlessly funnels the wealth of the world to the very, very top of the pyramid. especially through their interest rates at the banks. It has been said that Albert Einstein once made the following statement: compound interest, as I just said, interest, is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it.
Exactly. You can get me Proverbs 18 and 23. You must get into some precepts to expound on the point. 25. Proverbs 18 and 25. See me? Proverbs. Let's get into some precepts to basically drive home the point and match it back to the scriptures to show you that the other nations them which was ruling over the nation of Israel, they basically do the same thing to them. You understand? 18 and 24.
This is Proverbs chapter 18 verse 23. The poor useth entreaties.
So the word entreaties mean supplication. Seeing that what the poor do. Seeing them go to the bank, them beg. See, give me a loan please, master, give me a loan. See, them farmer go down, them business go down, them go to the bank, them beg, to try to take back the business up to a certain particular point. Right? Come on, bro?
But the rich answereth roughly.
But the rich answer roughly. How the rich answer roughly? Sometimes them beat them and say, alright then, they can get a loan, but guess what? It's going to be the interest. See, just like how in at the time the IMF men, throughout Michael Manley era men, you see, when Michael Manley got to the IMF board, what him do? Him say, yo, I need a little money to basically balance out my debts and my expenses and can set back the nation on a certain part. So give me a long-term loan so that we can accomplish these agendas. But what them do, man, the head of I remember that cracker name, see, him said, no, here's the orders we're going to have to follow to basically get the loan, yo. And if you don't follow these orders, there's no loan. See, so the rich answer roughly. See, and them are the one who they basically put the country under certain austere measures that we didn't have to go in a debt in the first place. See, you want to say something? See me? And we have to get a particular point in our history where the same thing them do, man. Put a nation in a debt, man. Nehemiah 5 and 4. You see me? And at the end of the day, we have to show you that this establishment are going to fail you. You see, this current system where them set up, they're going to fail to basically provide the perfect pathway to the chip.
This is Nehemiah chapter 5 verse 4. There were also that said, we have borrowed money for the king's tribute, and that upon our lands and vineyards.
Exactly. Them borrowed up on them lands and them vineyards. There's a countless amount of examples throughout history and throughout these current times where people are doing the same thing, man. You see, them lands and them vineyards, if them carry them houses, them have to basically borrow money for basically put one that for sustain it, man.
Use them goods as collateral.
Exactly.
So it's a swindling. They give you money which is worthless, and them take back from you which have worth, which is your lands and your valuables.
Perfectly put, brother.
Yet now our flesh is as the flesh of our brethren, our children as their children, and lo, we bring into bondage our sons and our daughters to be servants, and some of our daughters are brought unto bondage already. Neither is it.
So when you realize how them establish the system, it's a system that's a generational curse. When you talk about a generational curse, this is a generational curse, man. Because you say you're going to get your land and you're going to put your things as collateral. What are going to be left for your inheritance for your youth them to come, man?
Neither is it in our power to redeem them, for other men have our lands and vineyards.
Exactly, man. So we can't, when we do all of these things and put ourselves in a debt, man, and these people put themselves in a debt, them not have nothing to basically redeem them, man. So them basically put them children in a state of poverty before them even born, yo. And we have to show you, say, yo, just the, you believe, say, your money is unable to fail. Well, it failed before in a history, man. But this time when it fail, it now going to just rise back up to a level where it's going to be sustainable. And they're going to put it in the chip in place, yo. You see me?
This is Genesis chapter 47, verse 15. And when money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, Give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence, for the money faileth?
Exactly, man. So just like how back then, when the money failed in the land, man, the money are gonna fail today. And it's evident you see countless amount of signs where it can go straight to that point, man.
Especially in America.
Exactly. Right now, the bus is them in Jamaica, and this is Jamaica, a third world country. See, this is Jamaica. So imagine a third world country reach to the state already, where you can see the buses them are passed by the big sign, upon it the big evidence sign, cashless, man. As in, you have to start to use a smarter card. If the other day I go up on a bus, because I don't have a smarter card, I go up on a bus, I look up on the bus, the man say, yo, we care. When I have my card today, you have to pay with a smarter card. I'm say to him, say, yo, if you can't wait until I reach whatever. He say, yo, come off for the bus, man. You see me? So I'm straight point block. That goes straight to the chip, man. That's into a greater level of slavery, man. So you people keep playing down, yo. You people keep acting like fools, man. You see?
Yeah, overall, basically, all of the debt, the financial collapse that will be happening, you know, in America and all over the world, it is to usher in the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. When money fails, then they will usher in that chip, and after that...
Exactly, man. See, but right now, as you notice, all the institutions, them are rolling in, because right now you have student loans, you have marriages, you have car loans, Zapaga loans, and they use these things and give the people when a particular repayment plan will last over basically half of your lifetime. So half of your life you're going to be spending paying loans to live a certain lifestyle. See? So you already are willfully put yourself in a debt as well with the art system. So now it's just time to wake up. It's just time to wake up and basically acknowledge the concentration in the poor. As the scripture said, whichever way you take it, when you have money or not, you still have to go to that part. And just wrap this up and just Revelation chapter 36. Because that's the end all be all of this current system. You see? Because when the chip get ushering, we can basically look for everything just start to roll like a rolling stone. You see me? This is where everything I got to you. Because even the other day, in the first video we look on the series, to show you how them are used, them are basically socially engineered minds of the people who take the chip. So another way is through the debt. 13 verse 16, just to the point.
Okay, this is Revelation chapter 13 verse 16. And he causeth all, both great, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Exactly. Cause all. And the operative word there is cause. You understand? You wonder how them cause, man. We'll just give you a countless amount of examples, break it down, expound on it, in and out, to show you a way which them cause, man. You see, them force you, man. You see, into a position of difficulties where you have to adhere to the will when them are put forth to you people. See, you guys are like cattle. See? And them policies in this world is like the sheep. It's like the dogs where I need to sheep them foot, man. I lead them in a particular direction. Exactly, yo. Go on, bro. Yeah, man. So with that, if you have to say, bro.
Good.
Yeah, man. With that, just want to say shalom. Zin, salutations to all the brothers, them, man. Zin, stay up, yo. Do the work, man. Right? Shalom.
Shalom.